Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. In this video, we're going to review 3 books from my childhood. So these are old copies of books. They're all still in publication. Double checked that. So the first book we're going to talk about is a very interesting little book called The Wonderful Pigs of Jillian Jiggs. So this is the story of a little girl who makes a bunch of pigs out of, I believe they're socks. Yes, she's bored one day and she decides to make a bunch of pigs out of socks. What I remember about this book is there's actually instructions in the back on how to make these pigs. So I believe I probably did so. It's a little bit of a sewing project with buttons and things. So it's a very fun, entertaining book. Something to recommend to kids who they're bored, they want something to do. You can have old stockings and make pigs out of them. So, great book. The author is Yolen. This is something I remember from my childhood. It's a very, very fun picture book. The next book is another one that I remember from childhood. This is a kind of a cultural book. It's called Possum Magic. So here we have Possum Magic. It's written by Mem Fox and illustrated by Jillian Vivas. This book tells the story of a possum in Australia who basically grandma makes baby invisible and they're trying to make baby visible again. So they're going over all of Australia, trying a bunch of different foods. So that's what's interesting about this book. So it's an introduction to Australian foods with possums, which oddly enough, as far as I know, are not actually found in Australia. They are a marsupial that's found in North America. So, but it's a very fun book. You travels all over Australia looking at the different foods in there and does at the end give an explanation. Yeah, it talks to you at the end about the different foods and what they are. So very quirky, very fun book, particularly if you say like me, we like to travel and we like food. So the great book. I think our daughter's stuffed possum is actually named Hush, which is the baby possum in this book. And the grandma is, I believe, Grandma Poss. So, quirky book, absolutely, utterly hilarious, and great way to introduce Australia to different people. All right, and the next book, I guarantee the majority of the people watching this, you have heard of this book. This is Owl Moon. So, this is by Jane Yolen, illustrated by John Schoenherr. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. Not very good at that. If you watch my reviews, you will find that out. I remember this book from my childhood. It's very beautiful, particularly if you are interested in owls and snow. As a child, I grew up on a tropical island, so no snow. We did go skiing occasionally, but once again, owl hunting through snow and owls was not something I was very familiar with. It is, it's a Caticot Award winner, so this is for the illustrations again. If you watch my Stinky Cheese Man review, Caticot is about the illustrations. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a little long, so I'm not sure I would recommend it during bedtime story time unless your kid is wanting to go through a very long time. It is a relaxing book, but again, it's a very long book, at least for children in a sense. In fact, let me see. No, I can't see a page number, but it's just something I wouldn't read to kids who are very active. So if maybe if you're going to bed and your bedtime lasts a while and you really want to calm them down, or if your kids happen to be quiet and need a quiet moment, not bouncing off the walls, great book to read. So those are 3 books from my childhood, all fantastic books. Owl Moon is very well known. The other 2 I'm not quite sure of. They are all still in publication, so I will link those in the description below. If you like this review, like and subscribe. Otherwise, thank you.